What's going on YouTube? It's Rob here and I'm 4 weeks out from my Miami Pro World Championships fitness model competition, and I've had a really good week just gone. I lost 0.7 pounds, so I went from 86.6 kilos down to 86.3 kilos, 0.3 kilo loss, and my waist has stayed the same. My body fat has gone down to 8.4%, so I've kind of gone back to where I was about a week and a half ago. So after last weekend's mishap, my body's now readjusted, and I think I'm starting to really see the results now of what's going to be coming over the last 4 weeks. So my diet just gone. I had the 5 low carb days in the end. Saturday had a slightly higher carb day, had about 200 grams of carbs. And on Sunday I had a refeed where I had about 320 grams of carbs. Now on that day, what I made sure I did was I kept my protein intake to about 1 gram for every pound of lean body weight, and I kept my fat as low as possible. So the foods that I was consuming were the bro foods of like the sweet potato, the oats, the rice, the brown rice, mainly just because it's what I enjoyed. I also had a bit of fruit as well to get that fructose, and just because I wanted some good fibre as well. I have been adding fibre to a lot of my foods just to make sure I'm hitting my fibre intake, because I found fibre from just my green veg and my oats, I felt that I was not really hitting the amount that I wanted, because I'm trying to hit about 30 to 40 grams a day. Now this week, so today yesterday it was the start of my practicing of peak week. Now what peak week is me prepping for the week before Miami Pro. Now during that week is where you start to manipulate things. You can't manipulate too much. At the end of the day, if you're not ready for the competition, you're not ready for the competition. However, you can try and make your body look a little bit better by approaching it in a scientific way. Now, I read there was like a booklet which I found online on bodybuilding.com from Lane Norton, which is how to prepare for peak week. And what I'm doing is this week I'm kind of practicing and seeing how my body responds to certain protocols during peak week. Now, what I've done before, I have on my last cut where I did do a type of glycogen depletion for 4 days. Then had a day of carbohydrate refeed and literally filled all my muscles full of carbohydrates to make myself look as full as possible. I also manipulated water that time, where I drank about 7 litres over all the days, and then gradually cut it down to like 3 litres, and then down to literally 1, and then literally down to nothing. And it didn't really work as such for me. After doing a lot of reading up on things and doing a lot of research, what I have found is, especially with the water manipulation, for a natural athlete, it's not necessary. Manipulating your sodium levels, however, that is a way to help with water manipulation. So what I'm going to do in this week that's happening now, I'm gradually reducing my carbs every day by a set amount over the week. And when it comes to Thursday, I think it is Thursday or Friday, I'm not too sure at the moment, I see how my body is, and that will be essentially the day before the competition. Now on Saturday, I presume I think I'm according to things Saturday, what I'm going to do is have a 30 to 60 gram carbohydrate meal 6 hours before I would step on stage. Now 2 hours before I would essentially step on stage, I'm then going to have a meal based on 75 to 90 grams of carbohydrate, 20 to 30 grams fat, and about 1,000 to 2,000 milligrams of sodium. Now, some of the suggestions that Lane Norton said is maybe like a Subway on like white bread, so you won't really want anything too fibrous, because you don't want anything bulky in your stomach, because it's going to be harder then to flex and tense in certain areas. So there's that. I'm possibly thinking about pizza. I've got to see about how I've got to work out certain macronutrients to see if I can fit slices of pizza in before the show. Now sodium levels, I've started to manipulate them now, so I'm gradually depleting sodium before I then have that high sodium meal on the day, which will then obviously help me look very tight essentially by pulling all my muscles, putting all the water into my muscles and making my skin really tight on my muscles. Now, so that's this week. What I'll do is I'll obviously update you guys on how it's going on Facebook. So my Facebook page, facebook.com/RobStubbsPT. So keep an eye on there for how everything's going. In regards to training, I've got 4 weeks left, so I'm really focusing on my weak points. So my weak points are things like my upper chest, my bicep peak, my lateral head of my shoulder, my rear delts. Not many weaknesses it sounds like, but no, it's quite a few bits that I still need to do. I also need to try and bring out my legs. People are saying to me, yeah, that's one of the last places where fat comes off, and I'm just hoping so, because they're defined, but they're still not. I don't see them being stage ready at the moment. So I'm really focusing on them at the moment. So how my training split is now for these final 4 weeks is chest and arms, back and shoulders, legs, and repeat. So I'll be hitting the muscles twice a week. And for instance, when I do legs, I did legs today, and I back squatted, and I did some Romanian deadlifts, and I did some box get-ups with the weight on my back and some calves. Next, later on in the week, I'm then going to focus on, say, a front squat, maybe a sumo deadlift, and we'll see what else when it comes to there. But I'll be hitting my weak points just to really make them my strong points. So in regards to the week just gone, it was a really good week. I'm happy with my progress so far. I'm really pushing it now for these final 4 weeks. I feel that I could be a little bit further ahead without all the slip-ups, but at the end of the day, life does happen, and sometimes things like that do happen. So you have to make sure you give it all you can when you can. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. Thanks a lot for staying, all the support so far in the journey so far. It's been nice having all the support. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and check out the Facebook page and my Twitter account at RobStubbsPT. And yeah, so thanks a lot for watching, guys. Stay tuned for my progress so far for next week, and until next time.